Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we are going to demystify one of the most important skills in the new world of AI, prompt engineering. So let's dive in and figure out how to stop fighting with our AI tools and actually start getting the results we want. You've probably heard this old saying from the world of computer science, right? It just means that the quality of what you get out is completely dependent on the quality of what you put in. And honestly, in the age of AI, this has never been more true. You know that feeling. We've all been there. You ask the AI for something, and what you get back is just generic, or weird, or totally unhelpful. It's super frustrating, but the good news is it's something you can absolutely fix. Yeah, let's call it hitting the AI wall. You ask for a nice image, and it comes back with, this creepy distorted faces. Or you ask it to write something, and you just get a wall of nonsense. This isn't really the AI failing, it's more like a communication breakdown. And this slide just shows it perfectly. Look at that. When you give vague instructions, you get vague results. And AI can't read your mind, it takes your words at face value. So a fuzzy prompt, you're going to get a fuzzy output. The problem isn't the tool, it's how we're telling it what to do. So how do we fix this whole mess? Well, it starts by understanding a few really common mistakes. And that's the whole idea behind prompt engineering. Don't let the name scare you. It isn't some complex coding thing. It's just the art of giving clear instructions. The number one mistake, and I mean by a long shot, is just being too vague. Think about it. The AI has been trained on a mind-boggling amount of information, but it has absolutely zero context for what's inside your head. It needs you to give it details to narrow down all those infinite possibilities. And would you look at the difference here? It's night and day. On the right, we didn't just say dog in a park. We added a specific breed, a real location, a style, even the lighting. Every single one of those details acts like a little guidepost for the AI, helping it create something so much richer and closer to what we actually wanted. Okay, this next one is a real game changer, but it's something people forget all the time. If you don't give the AI a persona, it just defaults to being a generic, kind of boring assistant. But if you tell it who to be, that instantly focuses its tone, its vocabulary, and all of its knowledge. The prompt on the left, you'll get a generic list for sure. But the prompt on the right, by telling the AI to act as a senior UX designer, you're tapping into a whole specific field of knowledge. You're not just telling the AI what to do, you're telling it how to think while it's doing it. Ah yes, the classic all-in-one mistake. We've all tried it. We ask the AI to write something, then summarize it, then translate it all in one go. It feels efficient, but what usually happens is that the AI gets confused and gives you a kind of weak, shallow answer for each part of the task. The solution is so much easier. It's a technique called prompt chaining. Instead of one monster command, you just give the AI a series of smaller, focused tasks, one after the other. This gives you way more control, and trust me, you'll get a much higher quality result for every single step. All right, so we know what not to do. Now for the fun part. Let's actually build a toolkit for putting together a really great prompt from the ground up. I want you to think of a great prompt, like a recipe, with a few key ingredients. You might not need all of them every time, but the more you include, the better your result is going to be. Let's break down the big four: role, task, audience, and format. So first up is the role. We just talked about this, but it's all about setting the stage. Who is the AI supposed to be? A historian, a marketing expert, a kind librarian? Defining this persona right at the start is maybe the best way to control the entire tone of the response. Next up, you have to define the task. This is the main action. What do you actually want it to do? You need to be super direct here. Use strong verbs like create, summarize, compare, or explain. Leave no doubt about what its objective is. Then, and this is a big one, think about the audience. Who is this for? This is so critical because an explanation for a group of engineers is going to be totally different from an explanation for a classroom of 7th graders. Just this one little piece of information can completely change the language, the complexity, and the tone. And finally, tell it the format. How do you want the info delivered? Do you want a table, a list of bullet points, maybe even some code? Specifying the structure ahead of time makes the output immediately useful to you. So yeah, those four: role, task, audience, and format, they are the building blocks of a fantastic prompt. Okay, ready to level up a little? Let's talk about a more advanced technique. What happens when you need the AI to not just give you an answer, but to actually solve a problem that takes a few steps? Well, you can actually guide its reasoning. Take a look at this pretty simple word problem. Now, a basic prompt might get the right answer, or it might mess it up, especially if the problem gets more complicated. So how can we make sure it gets it right more often? So, how do we get the AI to reason like this, to actually show its work? It's surprisingly simple. All you have to do is add a little phrase to your prompt. Let's think step by step. That's it. This triggers something called chain of thought reasoning. It basically forces the AI to slow down, break down the problem, and lay out its logic just like we see here. This one little trick can dramatically boost its accuracy on complex problems. Okay, let's bring all this home. The single most important thing to change about how you think is this. Stop treating AI like a vending machine where you put in a coin and get one thing out. Start treating it like a collaborator. So if you take anything away today, let it be these core principles. Be specific. Give the AI a role. Break down those big, complex tasks. And most important of all, iterate. Your first prompt is just the beginning. Refine it, ask follow-up questions, and guide the conversation until you get exactly what you need. At the end of the day, prompting is a skill, but it's also a bit of an art. It's a conversation. And now that you have the framework, the only question left is, where are you going to take that conversation next? Go out there and experiment. Thanks for watching.